We're always hearing these two totally conflicting pieces of advice, right? On one hand, people say, just relax, go with the flow. But then the next person tells you, you've got to buckle down, you need to focus. It honestly feels like you have to pick a side. But what if the real secret to unlocking your absolute best performance isn't about choosing one over the other, but about mastering both? That's exactly what we're going to get into today. How these two powerful states aren't enemies, but actually partners in crime.
So this is the big question, isn't it? Do you achieve true mastery through intense, deliberate, minute-by-minute control? Or do you get there through total surrender to the moment? I mean, they seem like complete opposites, but what we're about to find out is that this isn't a battle, it's a dance. All right, let's start with the first path, flow. This is that almost, magical state where you're so deep in what you're doing that everything just feels effortless. You're performing at your absolute best, and you're not even thinking about it.
You know that feeling, right? When you're just completely absorbed. You look up and hours have passed. That little voice in your head, the inner critic, has gone totally silent. It feels like the work is just happening through you, not by you. That's flow. It's pure, uninterrupted presence.
So how do you actually find this state? Well, you can't really force it. It's more about creating the right conditions for it to show up. And that happens through daily rituals. Think about things like mindful morning movement, just gently waking up your body. Or maybe a no-mind workout where you literally stop counting reps and just feel the movement. It's all about building a connection with right now, instead of trying to control every little thing. Oh, this quote just nails it. Flow isn't about sitting around and doing nothing. It's about finding this deep sense of inner stillness while you're in motion. It's that quiet mind that lets a musician just nail a solo or a coder solve a problem that's been bugging them for days, and it seems to come from nowhere. Okay, so let's flip this coin over completely. If flow is all about letting go, this next path, focus, is all about taking a firm, gentle hold. This is the art of deliberate, disciplined control. So if flow is like letting a river carry you downstream, focus is the hard work of building the banks of that river. It's a mental muscle that you have to train day in and day out to hold your attention exactly where you want it to be, ignoring all the noise that's constantly trying to pull you away. And the rituals for building focus, they're all about deliberate intention. And it can start super small, like making your bed with real precision. Why? Because it's a tiny, winnable act of discipline to kickstart your day. This then builds up to things like meditating on a single point, or creating what we could call a focus fortress, your personal distraction-free zone. And here's a great little trick. When a random thought pops into your head, don't fight it. Just write it down on a distraction list and immediately go back to what you were doing. Now this is such a powerful mindset shift. The goal isn't to somehow win this epic war against distraction, because let's be honest, that's just exhausting. Instead, it's about practicing the gentle, consistent, and surprisingly powerful art of just returning your attention over and over and over again. Okay, so we've got these two massive forces, surrender and control. On the surface, it feels like they can't possibly exist in the same room. So how in the world do we make them work together? Well, this is where it all clicks into place. I mean, when you look at them side by side like this, the contrast is pretty stark, right? Surrender versus control, rhythm versus precision. It really looks like a conflict. But this is actually just the setup for where the real magic happens. And here it is. This is probably the most important idea of this whole thing. Focus isn't the enemy of flow. Focus enables flow. Think about it like this. Your disciplined focus builds a strong, sturdy container. It carves out the riverbed, nice and deep. And it's only when that strong, clear structure is in place that the incredible energy of flow can rush in and fill it up. So that's the big idea. It sounds great in theory, but how do you actually use this? Let's break it down into a really simple, practical model you can start using today. So your daily practice is basically a 3-step dance. You start with focus, you use that discipline to build your focus fortress and get absolutely crystal clear on your one single goal for that moment. See, steps 1 and 2, that's all about building the container. Then, and only then, do you give yourself permission to let go, to trust the solid structure you've just built, and to shift gears into flow. And the result of this partnership? It's undeniable. Focus by itself, yeah, you'll be productive. Flow on its own, sure, you'll be creative. But when you combine them, you get this incredible multiplier effect. You unlock a state of true peak performance where your work isn't just better and more effective, but it actually feels almost effortless. And really, this is the ultimate goal, isn't it? To find that beautiful sweet spot, that perfect balance where all your hard earned mastery and discipline just transforms and your effort becomes art. So, the question I leave you with is this: what will you create when you finally learn to dance between both focus and flow?